this time, we ask that you please welcome Justin America with the playing of our national. Now, here are tonight's lineups, beginning with the Eckerd College Strike Series game with a record of 9-0. First, the strikers. There we go. This one.
It's not on you guys right now.
Today's officials are Mr. Wilson, Carson on the lines are Scott Long and Marcus Bird. The official score is Tracy Davis. At the end of the Junior Sunshine State Conference, the office workmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request for cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in the Osmond Banquet. Using obscene gestures, profanity, racial sexism, or including language or actions of officials, opponents, spectators,
Testing, there we go. We are live at the Bob Martinez Center. I'm Taylor Sorthy, joined by a special guest for Tonight's volleyball game, Till Newman. And Till, you excited your first volleyball game here on the mic?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
The Tampa Spartans are also going to be very excited. The second game of conference play for them this season as they take on the Eckerd Tritons. Both teams have had strong starts to the season. Eckerd enters this game 9-0, coming off a 3-0 victory against Florida Southern at home. They received 9 votes on September 5th in the polls, and following some strong performances this week, are looking to break into the top 25. A statement victory against the Spartans would certainly cement that as well. The Tampa Spartans enter this game 8-0, having played just one less game this season, continuing the 21-game win streak from the previous year. And so with that, the Spartans looking to make it 30 against the Tritons. Now, if you're a betting man, you're looking on paper, Tampa is definitely a favorite. They've played each other 99 times, and Tampa has won 97. Wow. So even though they've had Eckerd's number almost every single time they've faced, there's always the opportunity of an upset, as Eckerd hopes to break a 20-game losing streak. They won't. With that point right here, it's a 1-0 Spartan lead.
I mean, that is an unbelievable record. It's an unbelievable record, and I mean, that just reflects the good work this Spartans program is.
Yep, I mean, we always can see a lot of great Spartan teams, but this year, another incredible one. From great attacks and defenses and discipline like on that play to let the missed attack go out, 2-0 Spartan lead, and they're back on the serve.
We have number 15, Kelly Kors on the serve.
Kors, of course, one of the leading killers of the team, alongside Katie McKeel, helped the Spartans win their fourth national championship. And they look to defend the crown. Rivera keeps it alive. And it's a quick 3 points from the Spartans. And what a play from Claudia Rivera.
What a play. Last year's finals MVP, Claudia Rivera.
Rivera, one of the best liberos in the nation. Proving why one more time. Kors once again on the serve. That one goes far again. It's another Tampa point. And here's the thing. Tampa scored 3 of their points off of attacking errors or service errors. They haven't needed to be extremely aggressive. They've capitalized on Eckerd's mistakes.
Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Now we have, of course, she's been a big part of the team for the past 3 years. She's the leader on and off the field. Beautiful play.
A beautiful play, and this time the Spartans proving they can also get it done in attack. And we mentioned, of course, Claudia Rivera. She wasn't involved in that play. It shows the Spartans' depth goes up and down the roster as the Spartans now extend to a 5-0 lead. They've won the first 5 points. And honestly, that's kind of surprising. The Spartans are usually a team that starts off a little slower and then builds momentum later in a set. Rivera keeping it alive again.
Great play by Rivera.
Now the Spartans, good job to keep it alive from Eckerd, but that will go in vain. It was a good job on the previous play by Joel Coulter, but her teammate wasn't able to pick her up. A 6-0 Spartan lead, and it's going to be a first Eckerd timeout. We'll be back with more volleyball on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Yeah, it was a great dig from Coulter, and Eckerd couldn't keep it alive. We'll be back on Tampa Spartans TV.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
6-0 lead for the Spartans, and the only way to describe their start has been dominant. And I'll say that's quite a surprise as Eckerd looked to recover. Good play by the Spartans. And, well, that's a very unconventional way for a play to be kept alive.
Almost scoring a basket here. Great save by Rivera.
So Tampa works it around again. And this time it gets down with a kill from Natalie Perez. And earlier, before the big basketball hoop dig there, I was mentioning that Eckerd, it's weird to see them down like this. In their 9 matches played this year, they've lost only 1 set the entire time. All their wins have been 3-0, except for 1 all year. So they've been even more dominant than the Spartans, who've had a couple close games.
Yeah, it seems to be a new team on Eckerd's side.
Indeed. And now Tampa looking to get point number 8. Can't find it just yet. Now Rivera up. And Perez with another strong kill attempt there. And that time it gets down off Tess Schrenger. A 9-0 lead for the Spartans. 8-0, I apologize. Got a little too ahead of myself.
A little too excited, but so far a good game for the Spartans. Starting off strong.
The Tritons on the back foot here. But they started to look a little better off that timeout. But I wonder if that was a little case of the commentator's curse. Service ace on that play. I assume that's going to be scored. I wouldn't say it's an attacking error trying to set it up. And now it's 9.
It's 9-0. I believe you're going to see a timeout soon again from Eckerd.
You have to be careful, though, if you're Eckerd. You don't want to burn your second timeout too early. It's the final one of the set. But they might need it as things have not gotten better. Here's Rivera. This time it's blocked and Lyons keeps it alive. And this time it gets down, but Eckerd keep it up. Good dig there to stop Perez from getting another kill. And Tampa not only keeps it alive, wow. And finally, Eckerd get a point. You can see on the left side of the stands, Eckerd have brought a contingent of fans here, and they're going to be excited to see them get on the board. Great plays back and forth, but Eckerd finally capitalizes.
That was a great rally, and as you said, we love to have fans here. We love to see the Eckerd fans coming over here. It's not too far.
But Tampa responds with another kill. They're up 10-11. And now, fun fact. During the game against Colorado Mesa, Tampa were dangerously close to going 2-0 down after the first 2 sets. The last time that actually had happened for the Spartans was against Eckerd the previous year, but Tampa came back to win it in 5 sets. This time the block goes out of bounds. It's 10-2, and Eckerd have gotten back on the board. Tampa just a few points away from being halfway to 25, the magic number. But Eckerd starting to now get things in gear. They were in neutral for those first 9 points, but now have gone back and forth the last 2 times. A great job by Rivera. And that time, violation for the Spartans, and it's 10-3. And that's the first time all game that Eckerd have chained 2 points in a row. And that time, Tampa fires back. It's 11-3. That's the good thing about this Tampa side. They always bounce back. They usually aren't victim to a lot of heavy runs.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Tampa team has always a lot of runs and successful runs as well. So I'm looking forward to Noe on the ball now. She's a great server.
And that's a bit of the commentator's curse.
That's definitely the commentator's curse.
Yeah. Service error number 1 for the Spartans. That is a problem they've occasionally had from time to time, but they haven't had as many issues so far as Eckerd in that case, and they still lead by 7, 11-4. So it'll be Eckerd on the serve this time. Tampa responds.
Tampa responds. And it was...
So the Spartans getting ready for yet another serve here. That gets down. And it's Callie Kors with a floater. Eckerd not able to get to it. And I wonder whether that's a little bit of a communication lapse or just they weren't in the right spot.
I was just about to say that. It looked like a communication gap in this case because there were 4 players around the ball. What a play here by number 7.
Yeah, and that's the thing, as Eckerd gets a brilliant point there. Communication and focus are key. I mean, of course, you're with men's soccer team. You know that 100% on the field. You have to stay in touch with your teammates, know where they are, and especially so here because the margins for error are a little bit smaller on this size of a court with points being determined off one mistake.
Exactly, and you just said a mistake. We have a serving mistake here by Eckerd, and it's the Spartans' ball.
Yep, 14-5 now, and that's another service error from the Tritons. They'll make a few changes as Tampa 9 points away with a 9-point lead to win this first set. That time they're going to call a violation on the Tritons again, 15-5. And that's the first 10-point lead the Spartans have had so far.
Yeah, so far Eckerd does more mistakes than the Spartans.
That time Eckerd wins a point.
Great play by the Spartans. Course, she read the game. She saw this floater coming. She picked it up and kills it herself.
Yep. However, just not enough to keep it in bounds there, and it's going to be an Eckerd point and their serve. But 15-6 lead still for the Spartans. And they respond. A good job by Eckerd to keep it alive. Eckerd, a good attempt, but they can't bring it back over the net. Great diving effort on the second hit, but the third hit just ricochets off instead of over, as we see a great first dig, a great job to keep the attack alive, and with the third hit, you have to recycle possession. Wasn't able to do it clean enough. So now, the serve once again from the Spartans. Good attempt, but can't put it back up. And it's now 16-7, Spartan lead. So a slightly longer volley. The Spartans in control, and it gets down. They lead 17-7.
Good rally by both teams here. And timeout Eckerd.
Yes, a timeout for the Tritons. The Spartans looking to secure the set victory right here. We'll be back with more Tampa Volleyball on Tampa Spartans TV and the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And we're back at the Bob Martinez Center, and right before we get back to the action, we were just taking a look over at the stats again, and congratulations to Claudia Rivera. We mentioned she was only the 7th Spartan to get over 1,400 digs in her entire career, and now she is 5th on the all-time leaderboard with 1,479.
Wow.
3 digs so far, and I'm sure she'll be able to get more the rest of the game. Congratulations. And how has Tampa kept that one alive?
She's an upcoming Hall of Famer, I would say.
And Rivera with potentially number 1480. The Spartans do not want to lose this point. A great block. And it lands in. So eventually Eckerd finds the point, but a very long volley. JJ Ramirez comes in and Callie Kors will take a quick break.
Important points here for Eckerd. Come up strong after the timeout.
And now, here's the serve. Ramirez keeps it alive, and the Spartans, the floater won't get down in time. A great block from Perez. And that one went off a Spartan. It's 17-9. This time, Eckerd's timeout has seemed to work. $17-9. 18-9 off the service there. Now, Spartans volleyball is not the only one who's playing today. Men's soccer is over in Lander, and I believe they may have just taken a 2-1 lead over in South Carolina. That's great, as they're looking to chain a victory before heading back to Pepin Stadium later on. But the action's here in the bob, and a brilliantly placed serve. A service ace, and it's 19-9.
19-9, a brilliant serve by Rivera. And let's see if we can back it up now.
Rivera will have another shot here with the serve. Trying to make it 20. And they do. And once again, you see a little communication error. Two players sliding into each other on the initial serve.
But also a great block here by the Spartans for this point.
That's, I think, the big thing. Spartans have been capitalizing, being very good so far. Eckerd have made a couple of mistakes, and just that hasn't helped them get any momentum. And a good effort from Ramirez, but she couldn't get to it. It's now 20-10. Now, after the Spartans won the first 9 points, it's been 11-10 since. So Eckerd has found a little momentum, kept it close, but the Spartans haven't backed off. They've kept scoring, and now we're only 5 points away from winning the first set. Here's Rivera keeping it up. This time the block misses. It splits the defense, 20-11. Tampa has both timeouts if Chris ever wants to use them. But here's the thing. With a 9-point lead, they don't have to. And Kadak is known as a coach who's not as aggressive with timeouts. He'll let his team work through issues and fight back naturally. And it's worked out well. The Spartans have been able to gain some team chemistry and gain momentum without needing to take a break with it. They've been able to fight through adversity, and that's what makes them such a well-disciplined and strong side.
Definitely. I mean, as you can see, so many leaders with so much experience out on the field. There's no need to take a timeout just yet. Maybe later on, but the Spartans can communicate on the field and can figure it out themselves. As you can see, we do here and there some substitutions, but overall, I would say no need for a timeout yet. The Spartans leading with 9, 21-12.
Yep, they just lost the point right there, but a good job again to try to keep it alive. That's one thing the Spartans aren't short of, effort. Rivera sends it up. And Spartans actually do keep it alive after Eckerd returned it to sender. Ramirez and the Spartans combining for a great play. And Rivera again.
Rivera, great save.
And this time it gets down. Eckerd looked stronger throughout the point, but the Spartans did not concede time and time again. But finally, it does hit the ground. It's a 21-13 lead now. Eckerd with the serve. But again, what a play there from the Spartans, just keeping it alive at every angle. The Spartans get it, 22-13. Mariners will take a break. Here comes Callie Kors. And the Spartans, I think, are looking to finish it. Good job to keep it alive. And unfortunately at the side, we had some viewers getting in the way, I believe, and photographers. A lot of the student workers who come out and help make these games possible. I mean, it's a nice natural time to give them a shout out. Thank you everyone for helping make Spartan sports possible. And unfortunately there, right in the heat of the action, right in the middle of the play. But that's kind of the risks when you're out here. At volleyball, even though you're in that confined court, you're not always safe, even behind the scorer's table or on the bench. You can still get a fly ball coming your way.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you got to watch out here, volleyball. They fight for every ball. They're going for it no matter where it is, on and off the field.
So now we're seeing a nice little run starting from Eckerd. The first time they've been able to really chain a few more points in a row. And now here's the serve. And this time, Tampa fires back. It's 23-15. Spartan Sports does not end with volleyball this weekend. Women's soccer will be playing at 1 p.m. tomorrow morning. Make sure you tune in live on Tampa Spartans TV at Pepin Stadium. And, of course, throughout the rest of the season, be sure to stay tuned. More women's volleyball and more of the rest of the fall sports you love here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Good job keeping it alive from the Spartans. And they find the kill. Set point 24-15. And that time, it was Haley Dillon, her second of the game. Spartans kill leader so far, Tess Schrenger with 4. That's a good block. It gets by Dillon and gets by No. 24-16. And now the Tritons are on the serve. Kept alive. And Kors finishes it. 25-16. The Spartans take a first set victory. And we'll be back with the second set. They'll switch sides and take a quick breather. I'm Taylor Storthy alongside Till Newman. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Set number 2 set to start very soon.
Cool, they just maintained that 9-0.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
And we're back at the Bob Martinez Center. The Spartans won the first set and are looking to make it 2 in a row. For Eckerd, it was their second set loss of the entire season so far. And by the way, I mentioned earlier, Claudia Rivera, now 5th all-time leader in digs for the Spartans. 1484 is her current tally. She'll need about 90 more to reach number 4, but I think over the rest of the season, she's definitely got more than enough time to do so.
It's a long season, and I really hope she stays injury-free. So that's the most important thing, but she's a great player. I'm pretty sure she's going to make her saves.
And also, I mean, talk about injury-free. Over the Tampa Classic, we saw Rivera go down to the ground, take a few really tough balls. Ones I sometimes call the Scott Sterling type from the old internet skit from BYU TV, where the ball hits the guy, Scott Sterling, in the face. And she had a play similar to that, where I think it just went off her shoulder, but still dangerously close. Right back up, ready to go again. And now, everyone focused, Spartans and Tritons, ready with a Spartan serve for set number 2. That one's blocked at the line, and the Spartans take the lead.
As you can see, we have a little Spartans fan group out here.
We do. We see a lot of Spartan fans matching the Spartans' white shirts today. And, of course, I forgot to mention it earlier, but Eckerd wearing navy, Tampa wearing white. That one gets down. It's 1-1. So Eckerd get their first point immediately in the second set, which is a good start. Of course, Eckerd's libero, number 8, Ashley Eck, wearing gray, and of course, Claudia Rivera, Tampa's libero, wearing black. That one gets out of play, and it's 2-1. Callie Kaur is now back on the kill. 3 kills today, alongside 1 service ace, and she's also had a good job defensively with 5 digs. So good job being a two-way player, an asset for Kadinak's side. But there's a service error, and it's 2-2, Spartans Tritons. That one went just a little far that time, a little too much power.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I'm pretty sure she's practicing that every day, and she's going to have the next serve.
And we know how good she is from an incredible year last year. One of the top attackers and killers for the Spartans. We know she's got the power to slam it hard, but with great power sometimes comes with a little bit of missed accuracy once in a blue moon.
I know, you always take a higher risk if you're such an unstoppable player like her. You always take a higher risk, and sometimes...
That's the good news about her, though. We know that she can always bounce right back and convert. Spartans didn't even need her to that time. 3-2 lead off the attacking error. Rivera now on the serve. And that time, Schrenger's block goes a little wide. It's 3-3. But yeah, in the season, or in the series history between the Spartans and Eckerd Tritons, Tampa have won 20 games in a row against them. Eckerd will hope to keep it close, but the Spartans have definitely been the stronger team so far, and a little bit closer to making it 21 off that point right there. It's a 4-3 lead for the Spartans. Just a quick look at the stats. Surprisingly, Eckerd actually have more attacks with 49 to 41, but Spartans have hit 31% of hits compared to just 18% for the Tritons. Tampa has been also better with getting 2 service aces to 0.
Yeah, the Spartans are the more efficient team here, definitely. But also it shows how good of defense they play.
From good defense to good offense on the kill right there, the Spartans get the first 2-point lead of the set.
Yeah, forcing the Tritons here to an error.
Now Tampa on the serve again. This time, the block goes out. Good attempt again by Schrenger. 5-4. By the way, currently out there for the Spartans right now, Mackenzie Dufresne, Haley Dillon, Claudia Rivera, Emily No, Tess Schrenger. A lot of the elite players out there looking to get a good start. Off this Triton serve. That time it goes out. Good kill there, or good attempt of the kill, but it just misses. Tampa leads by 2 one more time. Re-entering the game is Anna Jung-Yoan. She's got 3 kills so far. Actually, I apologize. She's actually leaving the game. But she's done well so far. And that's a very smart play there from Kristen Garrison.
Another smart play by number 7. She's done it in the first set as well.
Yep. Nice little misdirection play, turning and immediately sending it downward. That's her 5th kill of the game, tied for the lead with Tess Stringer from the Spartans. We saw Kadnak talking with one of the referees, or maybe it was his team. Hard to tell, but always interesting to see him very active. You only see him more passive, watching on and studying how his team's playing. So whenever he does need to make that call of the timeout, he knows exactly what to fix, exactly what's going on. And now the Spartans take a 7-5 lead off that well-worked play. And the Spartans score again. They expand their lead to 3. The Bob Martinez Center is actually somewhat packed today. They have even more people showing up as the Spartans continue to do so on the court.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a rainy Saturday afternoon. And why not watching volleyball here at the Martinez Center?
Exactly. It's also, shout out people making the trip, whether it's across campus or, well, via car, to come here. Always a nice time, and obviously you can check out. If you're a student, we'd love to have you here and get loud for the teams, and especially when it comes to Pepin Stadium and the soccer teams as well. Later this weekend, of course, on Sunday, the women's team is going to be playing, and later you can come see the men's team in action. And hopefully Till Newman will be finally back on the field as the Spartans now make it 10-6.
Great point by the Spartans here. And now we've seen some substitutions here on the Spartan side. We have a new server, number 9, Seput.
Yep, Seput is out there. 7 assists and 7 digs. A great job again, offensively, defensively, helping the team in both ways. That time the block goes off the Spartans. It's 10-7. And even though the Spartans do still hold a positive lead, Eckerd's looked a lot better at the start of this set because they didn't go down on that very rough run for them early. They fought back, and now, within striking distance, they'll need a little bit of luck, but they have chained a couple runs before. And there'll be help there after the Perez attack goes a little bit wayward.
Yeah, now we've seen less mistakes from Eckerd. They made some adjustments after the first set. And now we see more errors from Tampa.
Tampa's actually improved in their hitting percentage, but indeed, a couple recent errors have helped Eckerd creep back into the game. And the Tritons keep it alive. At that time, a masterful block by Tatiana Lyons. She's getting in front of it and sending it back to the sender. I meant to say returning there, but a great block nonetheless. 11-8 Spartan lead.
Yes, I hope the Spartans can gain some momentum here after this play.
I think they certainly can, but it's going to be up to Eckerd to try to respond. And Rivera can't keep it alive well enough, but still, incredible play. Having gone down for that first one, she was actually able to get back up and reach to keep it alive, barely. However, from that distance, I would take a miracle to send it over the net, and unfortunately, a miracle didn't shine down at that point for the Spartans. It's 11-9.
Yeah, great strength by Rivera there. She almost kept it alive. And here we go again.
This time she will. Eckerd recovers, though. And this time, Stringer sends it back over with a floater, and the block attempt simply sends it into their own net. 12-9, Spartan lead. By the way, the last time the Spartans lost to Eckerd was back in 2011, but the last time they lost at home, the only time they did to Eckerd, 82. So nearly 40 years ago.
That's an incredible statistic here.
It is. And certainly that's a daunting statistic if you're the Tritons. But so far in the second set, they've been fighting, wanting to keep it close. And they've done just that. 12-10, and they're on the serve. Rivera. Oh. And that time, Eckerd got a little greedy. They reached over, and that's a point for the Spartans. And by the way, a few minutes ago, we were updating people about the men's soccer game against Lander. It was 2-1 with a Spartan goal. And now they've just doubled that tally for each team. There was a penalty from Lander. Then right off the kickoff, the Spartans scored again. And just now lead 4-2 on the road. So it's great news for the men's team with a successful lead, just like our volleyball team, who have now expanded their lead, 14-10.
Great block right there, and yes, obviously great to see all the Spartans succeed this weekend. Hopefully the women's soccer team can bounce back as well, coming off a win as well.
Out of those three fall teams, all of them made the conference tournaments or placed high enough in the conference if there wasn't a tournament like with volleyball. And women's team hope to make the NCAA tournament this year. Men's team will look to go back. And women's team looking to defend the crown. 14-11, though, off that Tritons point.
Why not? The Spartans definitely have the potential to be back-to-back NCAA champs.
It would be the first time that Cadenac would be able to do it, but with this side, I think you could argue they've got a shot. And that's all you need sometimes. Rivera keeping it alive. A huge block by Schrenger finally directs it onto the field of play, 15-11. And that is going to lead to a few new substitutions. J.J. Ramirez is going to take a quick break. And two Tritons will also be substituted as well. That time it's an attack error from the Tritons, 16-11. And by the way, just looking overall, the Tritons have 11 attacking errors on 64 attacks, or 66 attacks. Spartans only 3 on 52. At that time, they're going to get another block, I believe, 17-16. And that will be the Tritons' first timeout. We'll be back on Tampa Spartans TV, 17-11. Spartans looking to go up 2-0.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
It's Saturday. It's a great day for all sports, and we thank you for choosing Tampa Spartans TV to watch your Tampa Volleyball defending champs look to defend a 17-11 lead. And they will on this point. It's 18-11 now.
Good start for the Spartans after their timeout.
Now, this is a special number for the Spartans. back in the Tampa Classic, they were trailing 18-11 in the second set to Colorado Mesa in a game where they looked very slow from the opening, but they came back to win that set 25-22, and after losing set number 3, won set 4 and 5 to keep the winning streak alive, and that's part of the reason they're 8-0 so far, and now with an 8-point lead off another point. Here's Rivera. Schrenger. Of course, can't get the kill off the good Triton defense. At that time, it's an Eckerd point, 19-12. Just goes a little too far. Now, the leaders for the Spartans, Callie Kors with 7 kills, Tess Schrenger with 6 kills. 8 digs for Zoe Seput. She also leads the team with 7 assists. Emily No has just 1 more with 8.
What a play here.
Eckerd, a great job to keep that play alive. And they do it again. And the Spartans get it finally after a long, long volley.
That was a long rally, forth and back, but that's what we love to see, don't we?
We in fact do. Spartans will once again hold the lead. I will say, of course, Eckerd's still showing a lot of fight, always giving it their all in the points. And I say the second set has been a lot cleaner than the first. And they'll watch as that serve goes wide, 20-13. For Eckerd, Kristen Garrison leads with 6 kills. Anna Joanne, second with 5. And Joelle Coulter, third with 4. Garrison also leads the team with 12 assists. She has been a very crucial part of the Tritons' offense. That one's a strong block right there. The dual effort from Dama Joyner and number 3, who actually isn't recorded here yet. So I do apologize. And that time Eckerd gets another point. It's 20-15 now. And yeah, it was Callie Schoening, her first point of the game, combines to make a block. And now it's 20-15 Eckerd lead off another Spartan little blunder. Rivera stops it after the good block. That one goes far, 21-15 Spartans.
The Tritons gained momentum here, and they came up strong. Made a couple points, but now let's see how the Spartans can manage the game towards the end of the second set.
They just need 4 more points, and they have a 6-point cushion so far. But, as you say, it's never over until it's over. Spartans have to stay focused. But the Tritons have a little issue there on the attack. It's 22-15. So here's the Spartans now. And that time, Callie Kors can't hit it over the net. But again, another long point. And even though the Spartans made some great digs, great jobs to keep it alive, so did Eckerd.
On both sides. That was good to watch, definitely.
It's definitely been entertaining as well. And you always like to have a slightly closer set sometimes because you do have a little more pressure. There is a little bit more of a what if because things are in closer margins. Still, Comfortable Spartan lead, but Eckerd showing that they've still got a foot in the race, showing that they're not completely out of it, and they've also got a chance at the serve to try to close that gap even further. But Lions wanting to bury the set right there. A commanding kill to make it 23-16.
Very hard to defend here. Quick attack. Beautiful kill.
That's Lions' first kill of the game as well. Spartans on the serve. And the Spartans can't return it to sender. Eckerd get the kill this time, 23-17. It's a good little delay there that forced the Spartans to jump early, and they capitalized with them not being in position to make a clean block. Five service errors so far from Eckerd. Only one ace. They'd like to find a second one here, but instead find error number 6. Set point for the Spartans, 24-17. Great job to keep it alive, but just goes too far away. You can't blame Seput. She did everything she could, and it's 24-18.
Yeah, the Spartans stopped the momentum of the Tritons earlier, but let's see. The set is not over. Let's see what the Tritons got left.
And that time is just a violation for Tampa, 24-19 now. And I'll say this is definitely the equivalent. A few minutes to go, back against the ropes. A tough free kick defense here. I'll say that's kind of the equivalent for Eckerd, because if they make one more error, the Spartans take a 2-0 set lead.
It's always a difficult position you're in when you come to the Martinez Center. You're playing the defending national champions.
And that time, Tampa proving why they're the champs. They win set number 2, 25-19. They're going to switch sides one more time, and we'll take one more break. 25 points from yet another victory. We'll be back with more Spartans volleyball after this.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Hello and welcome back. The Spartans lead 2-0 against the Eckerd Tritons.
The Bob is pretty excited for the start of the third set. We heard a couple "Let's Go Spartans" chants alongside Narco blaring over the speakers here.
Exactly. The crowd is excited for the third set.
Tampa will be ready to get underway. I believe Rivera might be resting for this 1 point here. Because occasionally she does need a rest. You do need to rotate people in and out, but Rivera is generally in there, I think, 9 out of 10 points from time to time.
Yeah, I barely see her taking a break.
And look at that.
Look at that.
And I will say, I've watched a lot of
Great
Spartan
crowd.
games of volleyball over the last 2 years. Apart from the national tournament, I think this is the loudest we've heard at the Bob Martinez Center.
Oh, yeah.
And Perez starts it off, but barely misses. The Tritons finally take a lead. It's their first of the entire night.
It's also the first point. Let's see how this continues.
It'll be up to the Spartans to bounce back, but for the Tritons, I think they'll be satisfied finally being able to be in the lead. Perez did not want it to last for long. Responds with another kill. 1-1.
Great attack from the Spartans here.
And you know, all the Spartans want here is to make the fans happy and just finish it off and be able to have a big 3-0 victory to try to help keep momentum going. Great dig right there from Eckerd.
Oh, yes, it would be the second win of this weekend for the Spartans, right?
Yeah, because it was yesterday. They took the win on the road against Florida Southern. And that time the Spartans get their second point and regain the lead. And of course, Spartan rivalries with Florida Southern in some sports. The Mocs and Spartans duel it out. You also see rivalries growing between them and the Sharks from time to time. I'll say the Sharks have been a larger rival for the Spartans as they handed them their last defeat back in October of last year.
I was just remembering that game. It's a great game from both teams with the Sharks taking away the win.
That time blocked at the line. The Tritons won't get the point, though. They've got a violation, 3-1. Now I'll say, though, the good news for the Spartans, they faced the Sharks later that year and got revenge on the road. It'll be interesting to see those two teams match up once again this year and see whether Nova can try to hand the Spartans another defeat. And they now lead 4-1 off of that error on the dig. A good attempt, but just bounces the wrong way.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when you make a touch on the ball, it can go in all sorts of directions.
Yeah, sometimes it can happen. You know, they're all well trained, but sometimes you do these kind of errors.
I mean, happens all the time in soccer, too.
Obviously, like soccer players make a lot of mistakes, but that's how the game works.
And I will say that is a kind of a difference.
Sometimes
errors are a lot more punished here in volleyball than on the soccer field.
That's very true, but sometimes the team is winning with doing less mistakes than the other team.
Exactly.
Sometimes, nowadays, both teams are very well coached, trained. They barely do mistakes, but if you do 2 mistakes, you can be punished for it.
Yep. You always have to stay focused. You always have to be hitting your marks, and that's what the Tampa Spartans have done so far. Well, that's commentator Curtis. Spark 3 on the service there. 5-2, Spartan lead. Tritons regain serve. Oh, a great dig right there, but it goes way too far. But you do have to commend the effort that time from Ashley Eck. Tampa gets the point off another violation from Eckerd.
7-2 for the Spartans.
Claudia Rivera will be back with the serve. Rivera does have a service ace so far. Happened a little bit earlier today. It was one of the 3 that they've had. The Spartans are also hitting 250% compared to just 0.68 for Eckerd. They also have 27 kills to 23, but only 7 attacking errors to Eckerd's 17. So I think that shows you the discipline and strengths of the Spartans to be very efficient on the attack. That one goes long. 8-2 Spartan lead. By the way, the game between Lander and Tampa looking to conclude. Still a 4-2 Spartan lead with just a few minutes to go. They're hoping that they can share the spoils of victory with the volleyball team as they are now 17 points from victory. Make that 16. 9-2. Just looking at that replay now. A good setup, and Perez hits it off just the wrong side of the Eckerd player. They can't direct it backward, and it falls out. Good job to keep it alive from Coors. And this time, Schrenger finds it, kill number 8 of the game.
Beautiful attack, and the crowd is here. The crowd is cheering.
The crowd absolutely loves it. There are a couple substitutions being made. Re-entering the game, number 1, Martina Milicherova. She's had 1 kill today on 6 attacks. There's Rivera now. That time, it's an Eckerd point, 10-3. Taking just a quick second to get the substitution set. Eckerd's coach is using it as a nice, convenient excuse just to go over a few things with her team as they look to get back. It's 10-2 early, although I believe it will be 10-3 once that scoreboard is updated because Tampa did just lose the point. Although Rivera's talking to them, I don't think Tampa feels that they deserved to lose the point on that previous play. I think she had the clarification. Actually, I think she's just serving as a messenger for Coach Katanak.
Yeah, I would say Coach Katanek wasn't happy with one of the decisions of the referee.
Well, I will say, definitely have to trust Katanak's experienced eyes. He's been with Tampa for so long, leading them to so much success.
Definitely.
Those are the types of places I usually would like to side with the coach on when he sees that a ruling is incorrect. But here's the thing. As my friend Bruce Wozniak says, you won't win arguing with City Hall.
Very well said, my friend.
And he's still going over it. And I think actually they might be looking for a substitution. Nope, I think they're all good. And actually, are we actually replaying the point or no? Yeah, no, indeed we are. It looks like Tampa is the serve. So I think what they've done is actually they've gone back and reset the point. So
looks like we're gonna replay this.
Yeah,
point.
I think what might have happened was they kind of called a ruling on the play too early. We saw Eckerd's bench getting excited because it looked like the Spartans had gone wrong, but that kind of interrupted the flow, and yeah, I think because of that, no direct ruling.
You can see the ref speaking with the press box with the stats.
Looking over, I think, a replay as well to try to see what happened. So yeah, looks like there will be a replay. 10-2, Spartan lead. That won't be the best news for Eckerd. Okay, now that's weird. Eckerd just dropped. No, actually, they've gone and awarded the point to the Spartans, although it should be 11-2 on that scoreboard rather than 11-1.
I mean, that's taking 2 points away from Eckerd.
Yeah, and that, I mean, here's the thing. Tampa does now have a 9-point lead, technically, but you still need to make sure you've got all the points correctly because that is the type of thing that can make a difference. We'll have to wait and see point streak and the other boards get updated. But yeah, interesting scenes here at the Bob Martinez Center. Actually, Till, you mind taking a look for each team's hit percentage rates so far as we're early in the third set?
Oh yeah, Eckerd so far is at .064, and the hitting percentage for the Spartans is an impressive .262.
So good job overall for the Spartans, and Eckerd, they're keeping positive, but still a little bit away. As you were reading, you almost were interrupted by the Spartan cheers.
Right.
Nice lively atmosphere here at the Bob Martinez Center today.
Definitely. As we've seen by many sports so far, like the crowd has been very good this year for any type of sports.
It is. And I will say, I think as well, students getting back in the momentum of going to these live events and having a good time. Because again, we miss it during the COVID period.
Oh, we definitely miss it. We definitely miss it over the summer as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. I was doing some baseball work up in New York over the summer, but I missed being back here in Tampa, seeing our volleyball team get to work, seeing our soccer teams get to work. It's good to have sports back, and college sports are some of the most competitive you'll find in the nation. Whether it's D2, D1, JUCO, wherever you are, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat are always real. And I think we'll finally get back to action very shortly as this is going to eventually get resolved.
Yeah, we still see the referee talking about the stats. There might have been an error.
We'll have to wait and see how that'll get resolved. But yeah, the Spartans, they'll be on the road next weekend. On Friday, they face Lynn, and on Saturday, in Fort Lauderdale, a rematch against the Nova Southeastern Sharks. However, Eckerd will also be busy. On Friday, they'll be at Nova Southeastern as well, and then they face Lynn. So Tampa and Eckerd actually flipping back and forth like they did this weekend. On the 8th, Eckerd faced off against Florida Southern. They had a day off. And then on the 10th, faced the Spartans. Spartans faced Florida Southern on the 9th, and on the 10th, have faced Eckerd. But finally, Rivera ready with the serve, and I actually believe it might stay 11-1. Oh, we'll just wait and see what it's updated. But that time, the Spartans get another point. No, they won't. It goes off a Spartan defender there. It looked like it missed, but it didn't. So currently 11-2 on the scoreboard. Point streak hasn't updated a little, so we're not going to use that for now. Now it has updated to 11-3. Make it 11-4. Eckerd fires back. And you know, I think I'm going to trust point streak with it being 11-4 because they were at 2 points before.
They were 2 points before.
Eckerd on the serve one more time. And this time, Tampa right back. We know Tampa has 12 points after that masterful kill from Cali Kors.
That was a great kill, great attack by the Spartans, as we've seen a lot of times tonight.
A big block right there. Spartans returning to sender. They now have 13. They're 12 points away. That time it gets down. It's another point for Eckerd. They try to close the gap, very little. Spartans, of course, still lead by quite a margin. And I only say quite a margin is because the current score is still up in the air. The ones on the stream currently say 13-4. So I'll say unless something drastic changes, just follow those for now. Good dig to keep it alive from the Tritons. And that time it gets down. A great kill from the Spartans. Good effort from the Tritons, but they couldn't keep it alive. Hope Eckerd is able to continue to do well this season. It's great to see them doing well with a great start. I bet they'll be on the verge of a top 25 berth. And the next time the polls are calculated and voted on the 12th. Obviously, they don't want to have their first loss of the season here, but for now, it's looking more and more like a Spartan victory. 14 points for the Spartans. And currently, on our scoreboards here on the big ones and on stream, 5 points for Eckerd. Could be 6, though, as well, depending on how the scoring will be handled.
Yeah, I would say 14-5 for the Spartans so far, but Eckerd definitely has a great team with a lot of potential. It's not a shame to lose to national finals in 3 sets.
And now point number 15 for the Spartans. Rivera's going to take a quick breather for Lions. Another great performance there so far from Rivera. Up to 1488 digs for her Tampa career. Just 12 away from 1500, being one of only 5 to ever do it. And now realistically, looking at it, at that record book.
She's so consistent. Every game we've been watching of her, she has been consistent. She always delivers. She rarely has a bad game.
Yeah, that's a reason that she's always been consistent. Apart from the digs per set ratio, she's actually one of the best all time, even higher than just currently 5th on the all-time scoreboard there. As Eckerd finds another point to make it 15-6. All Claudia Rivera needs is a couple hundred more and 16:35 to get past Nicole Dominguez to become the second all-time leader of digs for the Spartans. The only problem is, first with 2,250 is Margot Sinibaldi from 04 to 07, who had an incredible career, but still being second all-time. That's a great legacy to have.
Oh, for sure.
Keeping alive now the Spartans. That one is just out, and so Eckerd finds another. They'll be back on the serve here. Lions couldn't get it. Good try to get the block, but ends up missing. It's 15-8. And so far, Eckerd now on a 3-0 scoring run.
Still a 7-point lead, though.
Spartans do still have that comfortable lead, but yeah, Eckerd showing a little fight. I think it's the second 3-0 run they've had. Good recovery from them. And that time, the Spartans put up the shield and send that back. 16-8. And you can actually see Katanak was talking over, I believe it might have been with Rivera, trying to say, here's how you got to do it with your form.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. You see him still very active, even when the Spartans score a point.
Exactly. I haven't seen him this active for a very long time. Even during the national champion games, he was quiet. He was calm as well.
Calm and collected. But the Spartans do concede right here on the attack error. It, I believe, will be 16-9 as it's updated. Yes, it is. That's a rare attacking error there by Tess Schrenger. She's had only 2 so far in the game. That time, Callie Kors converts.
Powerful kill here by number 15 Kors.
Just take a look at that replay really quickly. And it's set up backward, and Kors makes them pay. That's kill number 10 for her tonight. She also has 11 digs, just 2 behind Claudia Rivera to lead the team. And this time Perez finding it there, 18-9. Good try there from Eckerd, but the Spartans one step ahead. The attack there from Eckerd had a lot of power behind it, but a good reaction from the Spartans on defense. And here comes another timeout from Eckerd. We'll be back with more Spartans volleyball, currently 19-9.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna go down this.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Welcome back to the third set of Tampa Spartans versus Eckerd Tritons. Spartans lead with 2-0.
So here's the serve. A big block there, and the Spartans make it 20. And I went out to the scorers table. We can confirm 20-10.
20
so
to
the
10.
Number, that's the actual score. I think it'll eventually be updated.
I was just
in the middle.
I was just about to say, we were up 11-3. All of a sudden, we were up 12-1.
Yeah. That time, Eckerd finds the point.
Now we're seeing number 5 Ramirez back on the field.
Tritons looking to capitalize off that attacking error from the Spartans. And here's the serve.
Too long.
Just a little too long that time. Spartans 4 points away. Now Claudia Rivera back on the serve. to likely 11. Of course, just make sure you stay tuned with our stats. It'll be updated likely after the game. But for right now, Eckerd's number, not the most important. It's the Spartans being 3 points from a 3-0 victory. To extend the winning streak to 30 games. I couldn't find any data about longest win streaks, but I have to imagine that's up there for some of the longest Kadenak has had as Spartans coach, and for the Spartans history.
I mean, the Spartans volleyball program has always been successful. But definitely, Coach Kadenak is up there with being one of the best coaches in program history.
I'd argue that he certainly is. 4 national titles, you can't really argue with that. And then, of course, Coach Urso with baseball have done so much, making volleyball and baseball for the Spartans 2 of our strongest programs, nearly just annually, tournament appearances to the NCAA tournament. A good block there from the Spartans. Eckerd recovers.
Oh, we're having 24-11 for the Tampa Spartans.
Unlucky from Nyla Muscovich.
Match ball Spartans.
Yep, and the first match point, the Spartans will have Claudia Rivera looking to finish it off. That time they keep it alive, 24-11. The Spartans fans getting excited.
Standing ovations here.
And let's give it to the Bob here. Let's let them do the talking for this final point, potentially. They'll need one more after that kill. And that is it.
That was it.
25 points. The Spartans take the third set and win 3-0 to continue their winning streak. It is 30 in a row for the Spartans. Off that defeat last year from Nova Southeastern, the Spartans have been perfect since and now are 9-0 to begin the season. For Eckerd, they have to settle with a 9-1 record, which in hindsight, that's still really good. And hopefully they can break the top 25 after their performances that have been a really good start to their season. They'll, of course, be facing Nova and Lynn next. Spartans facing Lynn and Nova next. An exciting weekend for both teams comes to a close. Catanac's side prevails for the 98th time in program history against Eckerd. But yeah, what a game.
What a game, right? What a game and what a record, the stats. Another consistent performance by the Tampa Spartans. Love to see having them back, succeeding.
Good success, yeah.
Yeah, great.
And also, Till, want to let us know who the top killers were for the Spartans today?
Excuse me, what was that?
Want to let us know who the top killers were for the Spartans?
The top scorer was Tess Schrenger and Kelly Kurz with each 10 strikes of the night.
Yeah, 10 kills. Great night from both of them. Meanwhile, for Eckerd, Anna Young-Joanne had a great third set and has 9 kills for the night. Another good night as well from Kristen Garrison. 20 assists and 6 kills, doing a lot to help that offense run. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Taylor Storworthy alongside Till Newman. The Spartans win this time, and we'll see you next time on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.